Hi, I'm Matt with eTrailer. If you have a 2023 Toyota Tacoma and you're looking for something that's going to look pretty rugged and it's going to last you a long time and really easy to tighten into place on your tires, then the pewag tire chains with cams are going to be a great option for you. Now we're going to have this on tire size 245, 75, R16. Now this will fit a variety of other sizes. That's just the size we have today. We're also going to have this on a rear axle as what the manual recommends. Now if you're not sure if this is going to fit your vehicle, you can actually plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find the right one for you. Taking a closer look at these links, they are going to be made out of a nickel manganese alloy steel, and they're going to have these ridges and the square design to them. They're also going to have a ladder pattern for the chains overall. And what all that means is that construction is going to help them last longer, and they're going to be more rust resistant. And those ridges and that square design to them are excellent for driving through those more heavy duty conditions of ice or snow. And that ladder pattern is just going to help you with getting that good stopping and starting. And these chains are also going to have cams, and I'm a big fan of cams. They just make this whole process a lot easier, especially when we only have a hook to secure our chains into place. This is going to make this a lot easier to do. And while I do like cams a lot, I still recommend using a rubber tensioner because they're great for initially getting on your chains. Now, when you are driving down the road, a lot of times your chains are going to shift, and once they shift, they usually loosen up some. And they loosen up, there's going to be a chance of them making contact with your suspension. And a rubber tensioner is going to take all that out and keep everything nice and tight during your entire ride. Now, these will not come with your kit. You actually have to invest in one of these separately, and you can find plenty of these on our website. Now, what will come with your kit will be two of these chains, this key right here, and this pretty light duty bag. I think this is a great temporary solution. Now, if you're going to be using these chains a lot, then I recommend investing in a small tote to keep your chains in. In my opinion, I think these are a great premium tire chain if you're looking for something that's really heavy duty and looks pretty nice on your vehicle. Now, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more affordable, great for those heavy duty conditions though, then I'd recommend the Titan chain tire chains with V-bars and cams. Now, the only issue with those are that those V-bars can be pretty destructive if you find any areas that are a little bit patchy, so or there are some spots that have pavement showing through, then they can tear up that pavement. With these are going to be a bit more forgiving. And if you really don't need something for those super heavy duty conditions, or so those moderate conditions, then I'd recommend checking out the Koenig self-tensioning tire chains. Because those are great because they're really easy to get on. While these are pretty simple and straightforward, you have to get underneath your vehicle. With the Koenig ones, you don't. You can actually put them on from the outside. And they're going to constantly apply tension to your chain, so you don't even have to invest in a separate rubber tensioner. But they won't be as heavy duty as these, like I said earlier. Now, if you are curious to see what this installation process looks like, just stay tuned. We'll walk you through it. To start off the installation, I recommend laying everything out and grabbing a set of gloves just to make this a bit easier. And when you do this, I recommend trying this out for the first time at home. Now, what we're looking for with the chains are to make sure everything's in the right orientation and nothing's tangled up or damaged. So I'm just looking at these links here. They look good, in the correct position, and these hooks are facing up. We'll make sure they're facing up so they're not making contact with your tire. And these cams next to it are going to be furthest away from your tire. You also want to make sure they're not already tightened down. That's what it's going to look like in the tightened position. But from here, we can start draping them on. And I just like to find the center of these, pick them up, and drape them over. When you do this, you want to make sure you put them on all the way or even on both ends. So you want to make sure we're not going to make contact with that rim. So I'm just going to push on it a bit until we're even on both ends. After which, we're going to come over here to the sides and adjust those. And I also like to make sure that the ends of these are going to be laid out so I can make my connections easily. What we're really going to be doing is grabbing one side with these links and connecting that to the side with this hook, just like so. Now, right now that's way too loose, so I'm going to adjust this. We have plenty of options for links. You want to make sure you don't put it too tight because that won't give us an even fit, or you won't be able to make the connection on the front side. And this is why I recommended to try this out at home for the first time, because trying to do all of this for the first time on the side of the road in the middle of a blizzard would be pretty difficult. Front side's going to be the same process. We're just going to be grabbing these extra links, hooking them on to this hook. Try to get it as tight as possible to begin with. That's just going to create less work for us later on. I might have to just go to the next link over. I'm going to try for one more time. There we go. Got it. Afterwards, just kind of give it a good pull test. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of slack there. So I'm going to grab our included tool. We're going to use that flat side, and we're just going to line it up with the hole centered on that cam, and then turn this. And then it should look like this in the tighten position. I want to keep doing that all the way around until this feels snug. Once it's tightened completely, I'm going to come back through, pull on it again, see if this feels good. And right now, I'm pretty satisfied with this. However, I want a little bit more peace of mind, so that's why I'm going to use a rubber tensioner. And the way I like to put mine on is in a star pattern. When you're doing this too, I recommend you keep an eye on how your hooks are facing. So we want to make sure that is facing away from your tire so you don't puncture anything. And we're really just trying to spread this out enough so that pressure or tension is being evenly distributed. And right now I can already tell mine's pretty off. So what I'm going to do is come back through and just adjust where these are located until this is giving me the look that I want. And after enough working with it, you'll get it into the exact position you want it to be in. Once you have this completed, I then recommend just repeating this process on the other side. From here, I just recommend pulling forward or backing up some. Just make sure both of your chains are still properly in place. And if they are, you can take it out for a ride. But that's just a look at some of the features of the pewag tire chains with our cams on our 2023 Toyota Tacoma. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.